The migrant caravan is coming our way. The migrant caravan. That's not what this is. If anything, this is a humanitarian crisis because these people are being used. They're being used by political operatives in Honduras. Mike Lee, a senator who is always standing guard by our Constitution, welcome to the program, sir. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you very much, Glenn.
So you wrote to me last night, and I'm not smart enough to understand it. You said there is a procedure that you're pushing for to hold these countries responsible and get them involved in stopping it. Can you explain?
Sure. What happened was that Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley and I sent a letter to the heads of the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of State, suggesting that they work out an agreement with Mexico, whereby Mexico would require people who enter Mexico, let's say from Honduras or from El Salvador or from any of these other countries in Central America where a lot of these people are coming from, with the intent of claiming asylum, they would have to claim asylum in Mexico rather than in the United States. Now, this would be similar to an agreement that we already have in place with Canada and a rule imposed by the EU for refugees arriving in EU countries from Syria. In other words, when people are fleeing a country that's dangerous to them, that is particularly hostile toward them for some particular reason, such that they have an asylum claim, they ought to apply for asylum in the first country they reach that could be potentially safe. Here, that should be Mexico.
Isn't that normally what happens? I mean, I thought that when you wanted asylum, I think the United States government should be running ads. Do not come to America with your family because you will be turned away. If you're in danger, come to the closest U.S. embassy and apply for asylum. I mean, why aren't we? I thought that was what we always do.
Yeah, it should be more like that, and that's not really how it works. And nor do these people end up applying for asylum with Mexico. They're sort of going for the long bomb Hail Mary pass and trying to make it all the way to the United States. But this journey is itself dangerous. This journey is itself ripe with opportunities for people to be exploited. It's an exceptionally dangerous journey for many people, especially for children and for young women, many of whom are sexually assaulted during the journey.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of the people claiming asylum turn out not to be able to make the case that they're even eligible for asylum. But once they're in the United States, it makes it much more difficult to get them back. And we think that the asylum application, if they're coming by land through Mexico, ought to be made to Mexico as they enter Mexico.